So it is coming at end of what terrific Friday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday we had sports, especially in the Stanley Cup and N.B.A. finals. Stanley Cup finals has been outstanding. NBA, I tell you, the NBA is very cultivating. You get all these Negro sports concept creators upset about the ratings. Well, don't watch. People are tired of you watching anyway. Okay? Don't watch. You don't like the product? Take your black asses and go watch something else. Okay? Hey, your your crushes will be back in September for training camp. The whole crew, staff. What's that idiot name? Draymond, Butler. Who the hell knows what LeBron's gonna do in 2 weeks? Who knows with him? Luca. Oh, his leadership ain't good. Luca Doncic know there's 28 franchises Stephen A. Smith that will sign him a year from right now. They'll be lined up to let Luca entertain his fans. Okay? So stop whining. What you get with Luca Doncic is what you get. All right? So, Daniel, I want to hear these people complain. As a matter of fact, let me find out what the rating was for Game 4. Game 3 did a 9.2, which is excellent. Daniel getting ready for the Dodgers and Giants in about half hour. There we go. Happy Sunday to Daniel. Okay. You people crying about this and crying about that. I'm gonna start with the NBA first, then I'll go to the Oiler Panther series. Melina's in the building. Happy Father's Day to all the dads. Okay, I'll check it out. Yeah. Now Friday night when I was last up here. Tony Manzano had a fit because I said the Oilers was going to smoke them last night. And I'm going to get to that because there was one particular all-time great player that not only was devastated that the Oilers lost, he was heartbroken. I'll get to that. But first, the NBA. Um, if you don't like this NBA series, uh, America's Ho, Joy Taylor was whining and complaining that it's too physical and that this series is going to change the way basketball played. I hope so, Joy. Instead of you hoeing over the place, I hope so. You know when I talk like this, I'm in a good mood. Marchand legend, growing and growing, best rat ever. USA 1, Trinidad 0. I don't take USA soccer seriously, so no matter what they do, who cares? They're gonna fall around their face a year from now, and we're all gonna laugh. Moss, here in America, we're not like Canadians. Like I'll give you a perfect example. America hates the dream team. I'm not joking. America always roots against the Olympic basketball team. It's just ingrained in us to hate that team. Whatever team they put out there, we hate them. That's just the way it works in this country. in America. We don't get all, I hate to say it, but this is the truth. A lot of immigrants live here, bro. A lot of European descents live here. They're not rooting for U.S. soccer. Like, I'll give you a demographic. Black Americans all support Brazil except me. I'm England. Okay, guys who live here from Italy, they're supporting Italy. They're supporting France. They're supporting England, Brazil, Spain, Mexico, especially Mexico. They don't give a damn about the U.S. team, bro. Willie Tillman, goal used to Spursy. Like I said, American soccer falls on deaf ears in this country. I keep telling you, Mars, we live in a very racist society here. We live in a very picky society. Let me get back to the NBA. Anyway, uh, PSG won the world for nothing over. That's Manzano stuff. That Athletico crap. That's him. All right, let's get back to the NBA. I apologize for people who care about the NBA. I'm gonna get right to it. What effort performance by the MVP of the NBA, Shea Hill against Alexander Friday night in the fourth quarter. And I don't think Indiana blew their chance yet. I think Indiana's gonna win tomorrow. By the way, I do, because the reason why I like them, I jumped on the 9.5 and the over, and the reason why I do is because they're not afraid to run on the road. The road don't bother them, and they prove it. And if they win tomorrow, they will win the championship whenever game six is. I don't know. I'm not keeping up with that shit. You know, I tell you, Siakam, you can say what you want about him. He has made a name for himself. Indiana got him for a bargain last year when they traded with the Raptors to get him. McConnell is becoming one of the best backup point guards defensively in the league. Miles Turner is going to be an unrestricted free agent. Matter of fact, he is the only unrestricted free agent in the NBA worth anything in 2 weeks. Halliburton is up and down, you know. Newbold, I can't, Moss knows his name. He's been outstanding all playoff long. And then the other side, it's just been Hilligus. Williams finally showed up. Lou Dort. Holmgren's had a couple of good games. And this series, yeah, he's going to get paid somewhere. I don't know if the Pacers can keep up because there are going to be so many teams desperate for a big man. All right, Clint Capella, if you believe the Lakers and their idiotic fan base saying that he was signed with the Lakers in 2 weeks, if he does, is he really going to make a difference in the West? But I'll get to that. Let me finish with these two teams. Tomorrow night, I'm doing the game tomorrow. I'll be on the air at 8:15 Eastern Time for Game 5. It'll be a different thumbnail the rest of the way. I promise you that. My nephew had a business trip to Portland this past week. Had a good time. He told me I gave him some spots to eat. Unfortunately, when you work for corporate America, you got to go where the ringleader goes. So they went to Al Shahini's Moroccan joint. I know where it is, and he had a good time eating there. But he'll be back, and we'll have a new thumbnail tomorrow night. Moss Sports World, go over there, and let me drop the link for Moss Sports World. Jays swept, by the effing Phillies. Now you know that's a rivalry for the last 32 years. Let me drop this out. Let me drop this for you guys, so you guys will know where to go for Stanley Cup on Tuesday night. Believe it or not, I was sleeping last night because the Argonauts put me to sleep, man. I don't know what the hell was wrong with them, but the Argos put me to sleep last night. I'm not joking about that. So I missed some of the game. I'm glad my boys won the game, my Stampeders. So I hope you guys don't follow Canadian football. I love it because I can bet on it. All right, here's the link to Moss's Sports World, and you can go see the game up there Tuesday night. There you go. Link is right there in the chat. Go sign up. He's close to a K subscribes, so go sign up. He's doing all the Stanley Cup, and on the weekends he does Premier League World Cup soccer. So, all right, back to this game tomorrow night. To me, the key tomorrow night is this: you know, O.K.C.'s coming out with the knockout punch, and if Indiana can weather the first 10 minutes of this game tomorrow, they have a hell of a shot to win. I'm picking them to win tomorrow. I picked the Pacers to win this in six. They haven't lost back-to-back games since March 6th. That's incredible. So they're due to win tomorrow night, and I think they will. 9.5 is the spread over 225. I jumped on that this morning. Also, I picked some fun bets. I took Shades get over 20 and over one of 3.5. So he has to make two threes. I took Halliburton to score over 10 points, and I took Siakam to score over 10 points. And I took the Pacers to win or to cover. 9.5 is a lot of points. I wouldn't like kill myself for it. But that series has been outstanding. And the stars, S.G.A, Marchand, Williams, Reinhardt, Caruso, Bobrovsky, Bennett, these guys have all been magnificent in this Stanley Cup final. Corey Perry, it's been outstanding. But tomorrow night, Indiana has to weather the storm, keep it close, and then let their man perform in the fourth quarter. That's what Indiana got to do to win. That's it, plain and simple. O.K.C, knock them out of the building early. That's what they got to do. Just knock them out of the building. Knock them out. It's been an outstanding series. Adam Silver is tickled to death with the competition level, with the fans. And you know what's beautiful about this series? The casual fans are not watching. The diehards are watching this, which is great. So I'm getting the rating. They did a 9-2 on on Wednesday night. I'll get it for you right now. So I guess Friday night people went out. It was nice weather. A lot of parts of the country. We had rain up here in the Northeast. 9.62 million viewers. So they did a 9.6, which isn't bad for the NBA. Could be better. Look who's saying hello to her boy, the beautiful, cynical one. Say hello to this beautiful lady. It's nice to see you. It's been a while. Great to see you, sweetie. Let me write this beautiful lady back. There you go. Beautiful, cynical one. There it is. Great to see you, love. In a minute, we'll pop over to DS1 Ross's room tomorrow. Say what's up to him. Great to see the cynical one. Alright, so I like Pacers to win tomorrow night. I like the game to be close. And I jumped over that 9.5. Had to. Too many points to give the Pacers. Too many points. And we'll see what happens tomorrow night. Never guarantee anything. Now, to the Stanley Cup Finals, which has been awesome. When I left the airwaves here Friday night, I said Edmonton will blow Florida out of the water. Morris keeps bringing up these U.S. scores. Don't worry, guys. I'm not going to cover it. Morris says, Happy Father's Day to all the good dads out there. I totally agree. I wish my father was here today. If he was, I wouldn't be doing this, honestly. When I left here Friday night, Manzano said I was delusional. I don't know what I'm talking about. And I really believed Edmonton was going to blow him out. Well, I wasn't the only one who believed that. You can call him the great one, the greatest hockey player to ever live for some people. Felt the same way. Matter of fact, Wayne Gretzky was so devastated that the Oilers lost that game. I think Wayne knows why I feel too. They're not coming back that much. Wayne Gretzky, I tell you something, what a class act, man. He isn't like Bessonette, who is acting like a fool 90% of the time. Gretzky was totally devastated, and this was his quote. This is how I felt also. You would think with these great fans who support you so much, you're coming back home after one of the most dramatic games ever seen in a Stanley Cup final, down 3-0. And you don't show up for game five. Look, if you watch this series and you're watching this series and you're looking at the eye test, Moss says it's going to be a great game six. And you're looking at the eye test, Florida is clearly the superior team. I think Brad Marchand has added so much to this team. Him and Sean and Seth Jones. And this Florida team, folks, it's going to be interesting in 16 days. Why you say 16 days, Mace? 16 days from now is free agents. And I'm telling you right now, if Edmonton loses Tuesday night, July 1st, get your tickets now. I will destroy Connor McDavid up here. I will destroy him up here. Speaking of destroy, the media has been so one sided. And I'm gonna tell you a little code because I listen to the media closely on television. I'll tell you a little code they use. Let's rewind it back to game four. Okay. Both the NBA and the NHL finals. The code is the whoever wins game four wins the series. Okay. That's not true. And Florida has proven that. And Florida, by the way, is getting no respect. I'll get to that. Yes, sweetheart, it's great to see you. And I'll hit you up in IG when I see you. I promise. It's great to see you, love. The beautiful, cynical one. Always in my heart, baby. Always in my heart. I can barely hear, and Rogers' pick making me ill. Well, anyway, let me continue this. Uh, I think that should be better. Um, the coverage of the Stanley Cup Finals has been disgraceful. It's been all Edmonton. Now guys are making Instagram videos of it. I forgot the guy's name. He's on N.H.L Network. And trust me when I tell you folks, N.H.L Network is all Edmonton. Kenny Albert and who I love let me down last night being a homer for the Oilers and him and Eddie Ochek. Eddie, you really think the Oilers are going to score 3 goals to tie the game in less than 3 minutes? Did you really believe that when that came out of your mouth last night? Okay. Coach C Max doing the business. Okay. Writers touring on. Oh, don't distract me. I'll get to the Canadian Football League. I'm talking real sports here. Okay, this is not the WWE, Moss. You know better. I'm talking about real athletes, real men, tough guys who are not play fighting out there like the WWE. These guys are at war right now. All right, let me get back to what I was saying. So you listen to the media; it's so one-sided. I forgot the guy's name from N.H.L Network. Mike Rupp saying the Oilers are tired. Are you fucking kidding me? There's two. There's another team playing in this. Do you guys are so blinded by Connor McDoofus, who I'm gonna destroy? If I swear to God, Edmonton loses Tuesday night, I will destroy Connor McDavid July 1st. I will destroy Connor McDavid. You think not? Let him lose Tuesday night. And now guys like me and a lot of his haters are gonna start wondering, bro, can you can't win in Edmonton, bro? You can't get it done in Edmonton if you lose Tuesday night? There's no excuse for you. I don't want to hear about Moss's boy, what's his name? Zach Hyman. Okay? This Oiler team, folks, has met its match. And the Florida Panthers has met their match. These are two great teams. Don't get me wrong. But you're beginning to get tired. I am of this great Connor McDavid not getting it done. And if they lose Tuesday night, oh, I'm going to go in on McDavid on July 1st. I will make a prediction to you. Morris, you want to bet me on this? They lose Tuesday, and it's a, either way they lose. I bet you 2 weeks from Tuesday, he will not sign an extension with. He's going to wait and see what the Oilers do in the offseason, and you know the Oilers are going to be desperate. I don't see him signing an offer sheet with the Oilers if they lose Tuesday. Too many penalties. Oilers kind of dumb. I'm gonna tell you what the Oilers' problem is. They're like their cousins in the NFL. They're the Dallas Cowboys of Canada. So they're like the Cowboys. They love their press clippings. I will stick with the Oilers in 7, but ain't looking as good. Yeah, I think Gary Bettman's gonna do it again with another American team winning the Stanley Cup for the 33rd year in a row. And like I said, folks, like I said, I woke up last night and Marchand scored his second goal early in the third period. It was 3-0. I go get me a drink of water. McDavid just scored, and then Reinhardt scored, and I said, "How do these guys do it?" Well, I'll tell you what. Um, don't have a dog in the fight, but I will tell you this: these Panthers, folks, they got it. And either you like them or not, here in the U.S., it's hard to get a real Panthers jersey these days. They're selling like hotcakes. But Panthers are a piece of work, folks. Billy Zito, Vinny Viola, Big O. That's right, Big O. Shout out to the Big O. Was with this team from day one. And I used to be with Big O every day on his radio station, QAM, 12 years ago, when these guys bought the team. When Viola bought the team. Manzano's in the building. He says, Mace breaking news. The San Francisco Giants just traded for Rafael Devers from the Red Sox for Jordan Hicks and two minor league prospects. Wow. So Manzano coming with the breaking news. Devers to the Giants. San Francisco, I believe now is in first place in the West. That Western Division, folks, got four great teams. Don't look now. Arizona is beginning to heat up. See, the Diamondbacks is one of these teams that, for some strange reason, their season doesn't start to June. I'm dead serious. Look at them this month. They're killing. I picked them to go to the World Series. That's why I'm into the Diamondbacks. I will talk about this trade, Tony, in a few minutes, but I want to bring you up here and talk to Tony about his Panthers. This is about the Panthers, folks. I'm sorry. I'm tired, just tired of number 97 not delivering in the clutch. Okay? Not delivering. Right? Tired. Well, the Florida Panthers get no love nowhere but South Florida. And they barely get it there because these dumbass Dolphin fans still think they're going to be something, which they're not. So Tony Manzano will be up here. Honestly, the teams I'm focusing on for Sunday is my Marlins trade him or Arizona, the Dodgers, and the Mariners. There you go. Didn't deliver the Canada OG goal winner, McJesus. Yeah, you know who Connor McDavid is? McJoseph. Tony Manzano's here, everybody. I haven't done it in a while. So Tony Manzano's here, everybody. And we'll talk about his Panthers right now because he deserves to get treated by a human being who admires how the Panthers built their team. And I'm going to say to you, Tony, that you missed what I said, so I'll say it to you right now. I said it a few minutes ago. Friday night, you called me delusional when I said Edmonton will blow them out. Well, Tony, I was wrong, but I wasn't the only one who thought that way. If you watch,
SPDN thought that. What's Chaos thought that.
yeah, TNT, Wayne Gretzky, that's right, the great one, was so
No,
devastated.
PK. I can't stand PK Zuban. I can't stand him.
All right, I don't
PK.
watch ESPN, but PK's been acting up.
Yeah, he
Okay,
said.
I'll get to
He
him.
said.
I'll tell him.
He
Good.
said. Yeah, he said Edmonton was gonna blow them out too.
All right. The reason why I said what I said was the same reason why Wayne Gretzky fought, but Gretzky is a little bit more biased.
Yeah,
I
he was a
felt,
former Edmonton player. Of course, he's gonna be
yeah,
biased.
I felt that Edmonton won a game like that. They haven't blown Florida out yet. It usually the law of averages. If Florida blew them out in game two, it's
No,
obvious
game
Edmonton
three,
will
game
defend.
three, game
Yeah,
three.
game three, Edmonton will blow them out in game five. Of course, Florida dominated again. Wayne Gretzky, you had to see him on TNT, Manzano. You would have been laughing because you got
He
something
was
in you.
disgusted.
He was devastated, and he was right. He fought the same thing I fought. That uh, the Oilers will come
At
out with
least his
that
former
crowd.
teammate was realistic.
Yeah,
Did you hear what
Bobrovsky.
Messier said?
No, I didn't hear Messier. What did he say?
He actually said the Panthers. He actually believed he was one of the few uh, people on ESPN, TSN, or Sportsnet that believed the Panthers would go into Edmonton and win.
They did. Bobrovsky said too. Clutch and Marchand. Yeah, Bennett. Let me ask you something, Tony. You know me how I'm a deep thinker. They win Tuesday night. No one start talking about it, right?
Dynasty.
Not only that, they're already a dynasty if they win. Can they match the Islanders going 4 years in a row? Tampa couldn't do it. The Blackhawks won every other year. The Kings won every other year. Pittsburgh can never do it, even with the great Mario Lemieux teams.
How about the
Edmonton couldn't do it.
how about the
Edmonton couldn't
19?
do it.
How about uh didn't the Detroit go multiple
No,
years in a row?
no. Detroit had real competition back then. They had Dallas, they had Colorado, and there was another team that won out west besides Detroit. Yeah, Detroit had too much competition.
Vancouver?
Nah, Vancouver never won a cup.
No, I'm saying in terms of making the playoffs every year.
No, Vancouver never makes the playoffs every year. No. But my
Was it
point is,
Calgary? Was it Calgary?
no, I wish it was. No. What my point I'm making is that to do what the Canadians, the Maple Leafs of the 60s, and the Islanders, you can just make it to the finals next year. You will pulled off a hell of a feat, man.
Yeah, and I was watching I'm not sure if you ever heard of this channel called Hockey Psychology, Mace.
Yeah, yeah, I know that guy. He did Connor McDavid today.
Yeah, he broke down Barkov and he I never heard anybody use this comparison for him. He compared him to Pavel Datsuk, Barkov,
That's a hell of a comparison.
in
You
terms
know,
of the ability to create like in terms of the ability to create space where there's no space whatsoever because Datsuk had that weird that you've seen Datsuk in
yeah,
his prime.
he
He would
does.
do that.
You know, it's funny. Darren Drager was killing Barkov, saying that he hasn't shown up so what he could play defense. They were on today, and he was eating crow about Barkov. I got news for you Canadian folks. Your boy don't get it done. I will destroy July 1st. Get your tickets now. I will destroy Connor McDavid up here like no one's.
Honestly, I'm gonna say I'm gonna go for like if he doesn't win a Stanley Cup at all during his career, I'm gonna say he's overrated.
Uh, Look, is Connor as good as advertised? Yeah, but bro, you gotta win, man. Come on now. You gotta
Yeah,
win.
and for me, I've been saying this. I like Connor, but he's very one dimensional and stuff like that. He's a great offensive player, but he's a liability on defense. Do you agree?
Yes.
So is
Barkov,
Drysaddle.
Barkov, yeah, 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 of course. You're right. Barkov way bigger than Datsuk. Datsuk more tricks than an LA Hooker. Two awesome teams. Hey, look, seriously, come on, you Canadian guys, that's you, Moss. You guys
You need
start.
to stop Moss.
You have
You
to
can't.
start.
You have to stop hating Florida. You.
Yeah, man.
Uh,
You know me. I've been a supporter of the of the Panthers when I was with Big O, so I haven't changed. And they win Tuesday night. I will congratulate Big O Tuesday night on his show, as I always do. Again, he loses this one, folks.
How embarrassing is it for Canada that Florida, if they win the Stanley Cup, they dominated two Canadian teams on the en route to winning the Stanley Cup.
I look at it this way. I look at it this way. I'm only going to do Florida here. Okay. Can the media stop hating on Florida?
They hit on Tampa also.
Yeah, they hate Tampa too. Yeah.
They like you said, they can't stand that Florida has, I think, in the last 6 years been dominating the Stanley Cup.
Yes, they have. It's been in the state of Florida 6 years in a row.
And
I,
I think Florida has four Stanley Cups.
if they won this one, the Panthers will have two, and the Lightning will have three, five. Lightning won in '04. Remember, that's the
Oh
reason
yeah,
why
with
I hate.
Andrew Chuck.
The reason why I hate Holly Buller.
Oh, that's why you hate Hobby.
Yeah,
You can't stand that man. You
damn
can't
right I
stand.
can't stand his ass, man. Tony Manzano with me, big Panther fan, and it's going to be
No,
interesting.
honestly, and there's a law of averages with this too, Miss.
Yeah, go ahead.
The Panthers have they don't have a great record at home and stuff like that. So I have a weird feeling that we might lose on Tuesday, but
Hmm.
we beat the what's it called? We beat them in Edmonton on Friday.
I think Florida ends it on Tuesday.
So you don't think that they're gonna like you think this it was you think game 5 was their best game?
I think Game 3 was their best game, but Game 5, what Game 5 shows you, folks, is why the Florida Panthers are champions. That was a champion effort last night. You showed Edmonton, the dumbass fans up there, and the world why you got the belt and nobody else does.
And honestly, I've been saying this since if the Florida Panthers win this championship, I think teams are going to realize instead of focusing on a purely offensive player, you're going to see mo- uh more
More
teams
grinders
drafting two way guys
and
and stuff like.
grinders. Grinders are what the Panthers are. They grind you to the ground.
Yeah, and I think that's what's happening with Edmonton. They can't handle the physicality.
I totally agree
Connor is
with
not
that.
a big guy. Moss said this multiple times. Connor is not a big guy. Like,
I, I, I think the problem with Edmonton, the big mistake they made was in games 1 and 2 and in game 3 when idiot like Evander Kane tried to intimidate the Panthers. And what the Panthers did was they said, F this, we will show them who's the dominator here.
no,
And
and the last person you should be trying to intimidate. Who was he trying to intimidate? Was it Matthew Kachuk?
I think so, yeah.
What possessed you to? Matt Kachuk is the last person you want to intimidate. To be honest,
Yeah. And the
and, and,
referees, no, go ahead. Yeah, I'm going to say something about
and
the referees.
yeah, and to me, that's what I was gonna bring up next. The referees are letting the Panthers get away with a lot,
Yeah, the
and that's what.
referees let them play last night, which was smart by the refs. Because the one thing about hockey players, Moss knows this better than anybody, as I do. Players is the only group of athletes who know how to police themselves. And that's what make the Stanley Cup playoffs the best playoffs on the planet. Because when shit gets stupid, I'm pretty sure Oiler players told Kane, cut the bullshit. We got a Stanley Cup to win.
Yeah, no,
And
no, and that's um, I can't remember. I can't. What possesses Darnell Nurse to go after Gadjevich? That guy's a psychopath. Did you see him smiling after that fight?
Yeah, I think the Oilers now realize you cannot push the Panthers. Nobody bullies the Panthers.
I've said this multiple times since the playoffs started. The Panthers, their opponents don't force the Panthers to play their game. The Panthers are forcing their opponents to play their game, and I think that's
Absolutely
what.
correct.
And,
Absolutely correct.
and you said, and the Islanders used to do that too, right?
Yes. Yes.
And I think the team that you hate the most that won the Stanley Cup, the the Devils.
I never hated the Devils. I like the Devils. I
No,
like
but
the
you said their playing style was very boring.
Yeah, it was, but I like Lou Lamoriello. Now some facts coming from the Masonator. I've been speaking facts since I got up here, Moss. I can't help it that the poster child of the league is not getting it done in the biggest moments. And if
He's
he
gonna be
doesn't get it
honestly,
done quickly, man,
if he doesn't win, he's gonna be the Dan Marino of hockey.
he could be. He could be, which is a damn shame. I mean, but I get the feeling, and I'm not making stuff up. If he stays in Edmonton, they will eventually win one or two win and dry side. But
No,
right
honestly,
now,
I've been saying this from the beginning too is if Connor leaves, I think Draisaitl, no matter that extension he signed, he demands a trade because he knows that team is probably going to go into a rebuild.
I think Edmonton will be all right. Just like when Gretzky left, they was all right with Messier running the team. I think they'll be all right with Leon. But if McDavid doesn't sign that extension in 2 weeks, and I'm telling you right now, folks, if he loses Tuesday, he's not signing that extension on July 1st. I can tell you that right now.
Yeah,
No, that no
and the
fucking
teams I've
NHL
been focusing on are
players. Oh yeah, Moss, I appreciate that. You know that. Moss knows. Right, they said about the NHL players, they police themselves. I'm telling you, Edmonton players got into idiot
yeah. I
states.
think I don't know what it is with hockey, hockey, and I think to a certain extent maybe baseball. The players police their own locker rooms. You don't see that with football, and you don't see that with basketball. Why is that?
Basketball, you see it, but it's about superstars. But what you're seeing in this Indiana OKC series, which has been outstanding, by the way, got me doing the games. That's how much I love this series. Is that these players are policing themselves also. There's mutual respect among Pacers and OKC that they police each other. They police themselves. But the NHL, this is why they're the best players. They're the best athletes, skating on 8 inches of ice. These guys know how to do it their way, and they do it the right way. And the referees were outstanding last night, letting the players play. And you saw the game last night, and I saw the third period. I went to the Toronto Argonauts that totally put me in a coma. I'll get to that. Um,
Jesus.
um, uh, there was no goonery last night. You noticed that, right, folks? It was a clean hockey game, and Brad Marchand just wrote his ticket to the Hall of Fame last night.
Yeah, and I I said this too, Mace. When it comes to, I think what happens in order for the Panthers to be able to keep all three of them, they're gonna have to trade Verhage and Evan Rodriguez.
I know this. Marchand's letting it be out there. If you haven't been listening to Brad, he's going to the highest bidder.
Yeah, no, I think the Panthers can. I've been saying these in order for I have two contract 3 years at 10 million, 10.2 million a year for all three of them. Can the Panthers keep
I
all
don't
three of them
think.
for that?
I think Tony. I'm gonna be honest with you. Ekblad has to take a hometown discount. There is word he may do that, but it's not always. And I said this last year to Vamos. I saw you, Moss. I'm gonna say what you said in the second family about basketball players. Because you're on point with that one. You gotta understand something, Tony. These hockey players, what they go through, the physicalness, the beatings they take. Like I just said, Marchand let it be known he's going to the highest bidder, and there are teams out there, Tony, that are willing
Toronto,
to pay Brad Marchand $12 million a year.
even though he's older, he's like 37.
Teams think they're close. Let me do Moss real quick. N.B.A. is star worship and killing us during the regular season. Absolutely correct. This is a nice matchup in the finals. I totally agree. Indiana O.K.C. as we said earlier in the playoffs. Yeah. Marchand's been amazing. Panthers had two great lines. Van Gate Marchand and him and Lundell
And Luosterainen.
and
Luosterainen.
Lutheran
Yeah,
have been there.
honestly, and I've been if we lose Bennett, what happens? I think we move Reinhardt to his because been hearing reports that uh Reinhardt really doesn't like. It's not like that he hates the playing center, but he prefers playing his natural position, which is
Remember,
wing.
Tony Reinhardt just signed a 7-year deal worth $56 million. He got paid.
Yeah, no, but he if we lose Bennett, I think Reinhardt gets moved up to the first line with Barkov, and then we move Lundell because Lundell, to be honest, has earned the right to be the second line center. Do you agree with how he's been performing these playoffs?
I don't know that Bennett, that rat line, which Moss said is great. We'll see what happens in 2 weeks about the Panthers. Let's just wait.
Messier, I think no. Gretzky said he could. I can't remember what third line. One of his Edmonton third lines. He compared the Panthers' third line to that with when he won the cup in '94 or '93. I can't remember what year they won in
The
1990s.
Rangers or the Oilers? There's a
The
big difference.
Oilers.
That was 1990. Goalies lose 25 pounds a game of weight, and top players to avail the superior athletes so good shape. Yep.
Yeah,
He was
they're saying Lundell is a baby version, a miniature version of Barkov. If you watch him play.
I wasn't that. I watched the Panthers. I got nothing. You know me. I don't got nothing against them. I like the way they built
No,
their team. You know
you,
that.
you're the only Canadian fan that respects the Panthers. Every other Canadian team team's fans hate us.
They're jealous of you because you got everything going for you right now.
But you said
No.
Montreal is going to catch up to us.
Oh yeah, I do believe that. Yeah, I think the Canadians are ready. They make
I,
this next move, and they're
honestly,
gonna make.
I think they're going after Marner.
I don't know. I'd rather have Jason Robinson than Marner.
You think?
Moss, who would you rather have, Jason Robinson or Marner? If you're the Canadians, Canadians. Hey folks, next Friday night, go to Moss's Sports World and watch the draft. He's going to be covering it because my dumbass general manager didn't do anything. I'll sit this draft out.
Oh no! Oh, so they pulled out of that trade that they were going to do, trading up to like I think it was like number 2 or something like that.
Nah, my team never thought about number two. We ain't trading that high. Bruins, I kind of want Jason Robinson. You could get him with 7. Moss, boy, I wish my team was in Moss's place right now, man. I'll be happy like hell.
Yeah,
Iman in the building. What's up, family? Good to see you. Happy Father's Day to your dad, bro. And happy Father's Day to all the fathers. Your father, Tony, Moss's dad, is still with us. I lost my father 20 years ago, so have
Macy,
got.
did you see how crazy it is? How many fathers and sons played in the MLB?
Yeah, Habs got a lot of options. I think they want a good center. Yeah, they want a second line center. They want a winger too, Tone, and a right shot defenseman. That's what
Would
they're looking
would it make sense for Calgary to go after Marner?
for. They want to, but no.
How about Marner to LA?
No problem, Iman. You know how we roll. Monitor and maybe LA wants to spend money, man. LA, they got issues right now. I follow them because of my boy Quentin Byfield. Speaking of Quentin Byfield, for all you brothers out there who really don't want to follow the NHL, there are two of them coming in the first round of this draft next Friday night. Bonton is who I love. He reminds me a lot of Quentin Byfield. He plays in the Quebec Major League, the Junior Canadians, and I forgot
James
the other kid's
Hagen's?
name. Huh?
James
The
Hagen?
Junior Canadians. Yeah, they got a
Wait,
team, the Junior Canadians, in the Junior Hockey League. Yeah. My dad running Shane Derby at the lake. Okay. I
yeah.
can see Marner going to LA, Vegas, or Utah. Yeah. Yeah. I totally agree with you. There you go, Tony. Moss is right. LA, Vegas, or Utah is going to get him.
Or Tampa.
No, he wants the word is he wants to play on the West Coast.
Is
He
he a
wants to
West
be.
Coast Canadian kid?
No, he's from Toronto. He just can't stand Toronto the way they treated him. They treated him badly, Tony. They really did. Maple Leaf fans, idiots. You know.
Yeah, I can't blame Marner for doing that. To be honest, it seems
Neither
like
should I.
the fans that I can't stand Edmonton fans. Delusional.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And
Well, that place was
Toronto
pretty
fans,
quiet last night, Tony.
I can have a what is it called? I can have a civilized conversation with Toronto, but
Yeah,
sometimes it
Toronto
goes,
fans are good.
huh?
Toronto fans are good.
Montreal fans are hilarious.
Yes, they're funny. They're great fans. They're delusional.
Calgary
Well, you was in
are
the
very
room the other
snobby.
day. What did you think of Rhett Warner going off on the franchise? Well, you was in the room that morning. What do you think about that?
Oh, oh, oh my God, that was ridiculous.
Yeah,
That was
Rhett
ridiculous.
Warner, boy. And it's mighty funny, and I'm glad that Moss is listening. It's mighty funny everything I said about Team Tank. Now, Tony was in the room the other day. He can vouch for this. The fallout between Flame media and Flame fans like me who wanted them to tank this past year and didn't do it. Where are the points coming from? Where is the scoring coming from? It's not happening. That's called reality. Tony, you was
Is
in
their
there. Tell them
offensive
how
talent
ugly the
still in the
Tony.
minors?
Tony, you was in there the other day, earlier last week. Tell them how the fans were in the chat. They were nice
The
to you, I know that, but tell them how they were about the team.
Yeah, no. Some of them wanted to kick me out.
Yeah, and you're a Florida fan, and they're rooting for you. Calgary fans are rooting for you.
Yeah, no. I think I was asking a question to one of
Edmonton
the hosts
fans.
on the show on
Oh,
Flames
okay.
Nation, and I think one of the fans told them to block me.
Yeah, Calgary fans right now, they're not in a good frame of mind right now, and I said it to them. They're good people. I let them talk because they do make sense. But when you really believe that the 18th pick in a shitty draft and the 31st pick is going to help you overnight, you're out of your goddamn mind.
I like the host of Flames Nation, but sometimes he's too like rose colored glasses with the Flames.
Which guy are you talking about? The guy with the mullet, the
Yeah,
ponytail? That would be
yeah.
Pender. Pender, yeah, he could be like that. Yeah, Ryan Pender, yeah, he could be like that. Rhett Warner used to had a great NHL career. He's the one who was going off the day he was in there. And I said it. People thought I was joking. I was rooting for the team to lose, to be where Moss is right now. There's Bruins at 7. I would have took 7 and be happy. Instead, they had a bullshit year, disappointed a lot of us, and now
So
we're
so so
manipulating the hell out of you.
your Calgary Flames are almost like the Dolphins in a sense that they're not bad enough to they're not going to be good enough to be in the playoffs, but they're not going to be bad enough to be in the top 10.
Exactly. Melina said, "What's up to you?" And
Hi,
happy
Miss
Father's
Molina.
Day to all the dads. Happy Father's Day to your father, Melina. I know how close you are to your daddy. Uh, Moss says, "Correct. Will be fun to watch. Yeah, it'll be fun to watch, especially when he loses the puck and people be going down the ice on a one on none."
And people are finally realizing that Skinner or Pickard are not that good. Edmonton fans are turning on them already. Did you see that?
Moss, yeah, I saw it. Moss, are you ready to give up Swayman? You're gonna get Edmonton's pick and whoever else you want, bro. You pick the player. Oh man, I'm laughing right.
Would you like? Uh, do you guys have a good goalie in there over there in Edmonton and Calgary? Yes.
Yeah, we got some good goalies in the system, but I don't want Swayman back. Hell no. I got my American goalie in Wolf.
Oh, wait. You have you have Thatcher Demko, right?
No, we have Wolf. Demko's in Vancouver.
Oh, okay.
You have this man right here, Tony. Finished second rookie of the year vote. That's our goalie right there. That's our superstar right there. Dustin Wolf from uh,
I think
Gilmore.
what's going to hurt the Panthers eventually, once we lose Bob, we don't have a succession plan
Hey,
after he
that was
leaves.
a good trade to the Blackhawks, sending your backup goalie there to get Seth Jones. That was a hell of a trade, bro.
But do you agree with me? That's going to hurt us in the long run for not having a because Bob, I think his contract finishes
Next year.
this
Next year.
next year.
It's going to be a monster free agent class next year. This year sucks. If Mitch Marner is your best player in free agency, good luck with that. Good luck with that.
Wait, so free agency next year is Connor. Uh,
Demko,
oh, Thatcher Demko's gonna be a free agent.
yeah, next year, yeah.
Is he a good goalie? What's your opinion on him?
I like Demko a lot. You know, I'm a big fan of his. I like him a lot. I like the
That's
fact.
a if we have to if we lose Bob, I want to get Demko.
Yeah, you can work on that. It's only $5 million. You can do that. I think the Panthers right now are in a very good place. And if they win Tuesday night, they're going to be a special franchise. And people are going to have to live with it because there's more to come with the Florida Panthers.
Yeah, the and I don't think there's anybody in the East or West that can beat us.
I don't know. Hey, you win this, baby. No one's going to beat you.
And Canadian fans don't want to hear that.
Folks, he loses Tuesday night, July 1st, the hit list. Craig Conroy, the Maple Leafs. Even though I love Brad Tree Living, the Maple Leafs will be on my hit list. The New York Rangers will be on my hit list.
You need to target the announcer for
Oh, I'll
the
kill the networks. Don't worry, I'm killing all the networks. Don't worry how biased they've been to against Florida. Okay, Tampa will be on my hit list. You know I don't like Tampa.
no. It seems out of all the Canadian teams when it comes to their coverage, the Calgary
Media,
YouTube channels are not biased.
exactly, and they are angry at the team. Yes. Speaking of that, now Tony's gonna love this segment. Connor Hellebuck, if you didn't hear, won the most valuable player, which is the Hart Trophy, and won the Vezina Trophy, which is the best goalie. That hasn't been done in 10 years since the great Carey Price. And these women who covered the Winnipeg Jets on YouTube, oh my God.
Oh Jesus
You,
Christ! I
you
saw that
know,
crap.
you women, please go in the kitchen and make some cookies. Okay? Go bake some cookies, please. Oh my God. I'm like, one woman had tears in her eyes. And I'm like, come on, man.
Wait, how many wins did Hellbuck have this year?
Ooh, I think he had 47, I think.
did he break the record for single season wins?
No, no, he didn't do that.
I
But you
think.
know what made Hullebuck so good? Winnipeg had the best record. Now there is word. I got it, I got it, Moss. Thanks, brother. There's word that Patrick. I mean, not Patrick. Excuse me. That Jonathan Tays. That's his number one choice to go to. He'll be a free agent July 1st, and he wants to play in front of his friends, his family in Winnipeg. You can't blame him. Winnipeg's a hell of a team, folks. The question is, if they do get him, how much does he have left? Remember, he's been out of the game for 3 years, living in Europe, of all places.
Wait, who?
Patrick, Jonathan Tays. He's coming back in 2 weeks. There's a lot of teams interested. Winnipeg is the top of his list, and I think it'd be great for the Jets to get him. He'll always be Mr. Blackhawk, and they're going to retire his number in Chicago next season. And
Do you think the Panthers can get a Patrick Kane, Mace?
yeah, would you like Jonathan Tays? He's on the list.
Yeah, honestly, I would like both Taves, and if we lose
You
Marchand,
could afford that very easily. You just give Tays. You guys give him at least 7, and you give Patrick Kane the minimum. He'll take it.
yeah, and having those two veterans on the third line with Luosterainen would be a good. That's another. Do you think those two guys would be a good replacement for Marchand?
Yeah,
Mentor less.
because they're champions. Yeah, they're champions. Fits right into the Florida fabric, making the
And are
Gold
they
Cup
good too?
dream for tonight.
Is
Starts in
Patrick Kane
25.
a pure scorer, or is he a two-way guy, Miss?
Which guy?
Patrick.
Kane is a scorer. That's it.
Is Taves a two-way guy?
Yes.
Yeah, honestly that third line, if we lose Marchand, we need to find replacements because, like I said, I think we're going to be moving Lundell to the second line as a center because he's earned that. That kid has earned with how he's been performing in these playoffs and how he's developed so fast.
I see
Like,
you, Mark. Somewhere I'm gonna read what you said, buddy. Yeah, I can understand the Lundell getting a promotion. If
yeah,
Lou's gonna,
and you agree with a lot of people saying he's a baby Barkov?
yeah, yeah. I mean, you know me, folks. If you want unbiased commentary about the Florida Panthers, you get it in here.
Yeah, because you're not the delusional Canadian fan base in hockey.
I've been following this team for the last 12 years, folks. I know how good they are.
And
Yep,
you always said this. They built it the right way.
yep, they sure did. And Bill Torrey is in heaven smiling with the bow tie on. He's smiling right
Honestly,
now.
Bill Torrey, I think you said, was he the one that built? Was it Lamorello or him that built the Islanders?
It was Bill Torrey,
Lamorello built
the Devils,
the Devils.
and the Maple Leafs. Believe it or not, those 4 kids, Marner, who's the other one? Marner
Nylander.
and Matthews. He drafted all of them.
Oh, he drafted Nylander, Marner, and Matthews.
Yep, sure did.
Do you think a Matthews? Do you think a Matthews, like, if he gets bored of a of a like a Toronto, do you think he would actually?
He'll be in Salt Lake City so fast.
No. But what I'm gonna ask, do you think he would actually waive his, like he would tell the Maple Leafs ownership, I don't care what you get from me and stuff like that. Trade me to a team who's going to be competing for playoffs. I don't want to be going to a team who's not going to. Utah's an expansion franchise. I think they're going to be
No,
building through the.
they're the Phoenix Coyotes. Maul says if they lose Bennett, yeah, Taves might be a good shout. Yeah,
Yeah,
they're the
but
Coyotes. They're getting better, man. That guy got money, bro. He's willing to trade the fourth pick right now. He don't give a damn about the fourth pick. He's ready to spend gazillions.
yeah, no, but what I was gonna ask, do you think a guy like Matthews would be willing to ask for like waive his no trade clause to go to a championship franchises like Vegas or Florida?
I think Matthews is the type of guy that he likes lifestyle. And I keep telling you guys, for certain men, they like certain women and lifestyle. And if you play for a team like the Utah Mammoth, Utah Jazz, Portland Trailblazers, you begin to get the hint, Tony. Uh, you're playing in Sunrise, Florida. You're going to get what you want without a problem. Phoenix, that's the N.H.L is desperate trying to get a team back in Arizona. You got to please the players. I'm just being honest with you, Tony. I don't know what Matthews does. I know this. Where Austin Matthews, he's going to be on my shit list because from now on, for the Maple Leafs, it's Stanley Cup or bust. 58 years. Come on now. You guys are the new joke of the N.H.L. That's why I'll kill the Leafs on draft day, on free agent Tuesday. Oh, I'm going to kill the
Wait,
Leafs.
I thought there was a team that hasn't won a championship since the 20s.
No, no, no. Everybody's won since the 20s, Tony. Even the fucking sorry, excuse my language, sorry ass Rangers with one Stanley Cup in 85 years. And count.
It's gonna be 40 years since they lost, haven't won, right?
The Rangers,
Yeah.
this will be year 31, but if you combine 1940 to 2025, they only won one Stanley Cup in 85 years. There's a bunch of, you wonder why people in New York really don't care about them. They don't.
And you always told me that fan base is very generational and kind of
Hmm.
racist.
All the original six fan bases are like that: Bruins, Canadians, Maple Leafs, Red Wings, Blackhawks. But the Blackhawks lost a lot of their fans again since they last with a Stanley Cup. You can get a Blackhawk ticket for free now. No one goes to the games.
Yeah, honestly, I think the Blackhawks end up getting like I think they're gonna be the one to be able to get McKenna next year.
I'm not laughing at you, Tony. What I'm laughing about is there's a lot of teams that hope that doesn't happen. A lot of
Have they
teams
already
hope.
given up on their current center?
They're on the verge. This is year three coming up, and I really believe me and Moss talked about this many times. I just don't see uh what's his name again?
Is it Kirby Doc?
No, they've been got rid of him. You talking about Bedard, right?
Connor Bedard?
Yeah, you talking about him, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think that's gonna work because one thing about Connor Bedard, like he is proven, and me and Moss talked about this. This guy doesn't know how to lead a franchise.
To me, he's a great he's not a number one center, but he's a great second line guy. I think he
Yeah,
needs.
I'm not arguing with you. He can't handle losing. Our buddy
Yeah.
is here, popping up. Beer Money is here with his Canadian flag.
What's up, everybody? How
I'm
y'all doing?
seriously worried about your Montreal Canadiens, Mr. Miami. You're the only team that's gonna challenge us.
24-time champ. And
Tony, are you going to fly down to Sunrise and to Lauderdale to see a couple of games next season? There's going to be plenty of tickets available. Don't think there ain't going to be tickets.
Do you think if the Panthers continue, do you think we build a stronger, like homegrown fan base, Mace?
Tony, I really don't know, man, because that sports fan base down there is so divisive, bro. The Florida Panthers are 0-8 whenever they invite a dolphin to bang the drum.
Yeah, I'm like, please don't do a dolphin. Please don't do a dolphin anymore. Like, I think we're
Oh,
like,
man.
I'm like, at least with the Heat, you guys have a 500 record.
Yeah,
And then he got 3 championships.
I mean, bro, they booed Darius Rucker completely out of the building in Game 6 when they lost to the Maple Leafs a couple of weeks ago. This Dolphins, your bad karma, your aura. Stay away from Sunrise. Let these guys build their dynasty the right way. Okay? Let the Panthers build their
I've been
dynasty
saying
the
this.
right way.
I want to see if Vinny Viola has like the gumption to force Stephen Ross to give him the rest of the team.
I really believe my man up here in Brooklyn is going to get the team whenever he's ready to
Oh,
play.
Josiah,
Yeah.
and you think he's gonna build the team correctly?
Yes. Yeah, I do.
Do you think he has the same mentality as Viola?
A little bit.
Iota.
Viola, that's the owner of the Panthers, Mr. Mike.
Who's the owner? Are the Canadians a family-run team like the Yankees, Mace?
No, Molson Canadian owns that team. Who is Molson? For people don't know, that's the big beer company in.
Is that equivalent to Miller
It's equivalent to Budweiser with the Cardinals.
or wait? Is Bush? What I thought they're Bush.
Yeah, St. Louis. Bush Stadium, St. Louis. Yeah, it's Bush. Yeah, Anheuser-Busch owns the Cardinals. Yes.
Bush.
Oh, so
Man.
is Budweiser, Bush and Budweiser are the same company?
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
I didn't know that.
that's where the Cardinals swim in money. They're just too cheap. Moss said, "What's up to you, Mr. Miami?"
What's up, brother Moss?
Now
What's up,
Moss
Sister Elena?
Now, Monsters, let you all know, Molson and Coors is the same company. Yeah, they own Coors. Yeah. But let me tell you something. Molson's beer is a lot stronger. There's more alcohol in Canadian beer than there is in American beer.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no, and I was
Anheuser-Busch. That's the same.
I believe it.
yeah, Mace, and I was talking to a friend of mine. I'm saying I think the reason why the Panthers, when they draft, they focus on Scandinavia is because how they develop their players. They're not like Russia or Eastern Europe where they're focusing on one skill, like being a offensive player. Scandinavia
Yeah.
develops their players to be two-way guys, which, like you said, can be very boring.
Well, I will say this about the Panthers, and you know me, I give them all the love. I don't hate on them at all. They're just in a good place. Let me just put it that
Yeah, no,
way.
and
Goddamn,
Mace,
my team was in that damn good place. Shit.
I was on a forum, what is it called, a Canadian. I think it was a not Montreal Canadian. It was a Edmonton forum, and they kept on like these fans were upset, and they were wishing the Panthers players to get injured.
Stupid asses.
I'm like,
Dang.
you
Dang, I
hate the
believe it.
Panthers that much that you want our star players to get injured?
Yeah, these fools out here. Yeah, not me. I want to see both teams at full health. That's why I love the Oklahoma City Pacers series. It's been
That's
outstanding.
true.
Yeah, people are crazy, man. You want to see the best versus the best. Molson export out east is Pilsner. Out west is Riders. Coach Mace 2-0. I can't believe I'm saying this. My Stampeders is 2-0, and
Montreal 2-0.
yes, they are. Any team you like in the Canadian Football League, Manzano, join us.
Uh, the
See,
team that Wally Bono coached,
see,
You mean
my
30
boy.
years ago? You
huh?
talking to Stampeders?
Yeah, the Stampeders.
That's my team. That's my squad. Yes, I'll be wearing the jersey soon, Moss.
How are the Argonauts? Are they
A
winless?
juggernaut. They're a juggernaut.
To
Calgary,
Montreal.
Montreal next Saturday night, by the way, in beautiful Calgary, Alberta. Next Saturday night. Argonauts coming down.
Montreal had two
Does Vancouver have?
two,
Wait, there's a Stampeders in Calgary. Does Vancouver have a team?
The BC Lions, they're damn good. That's Snoop Dogg's team. He entertained them last week for 4 hours before the game.
Does Regina have a team?
Regina?
Yeah.
That's
Who?
Moss's team, the Rough Riders, Saskatoon. That's Moss's team.
Does
Moss's.
Montreal? You said has one.
Yeah,
Edmonton has
they're,
one.
that's Mr. Miami's team. They're a powerhouse right now.
Does Toronto have two teams?
One, the Argonauts, and they suck ass, what I saw yesterday. Shit.
So all the Toronto teams are horrible.
Fucking Argonauts put me in fucking I swear to God, fellas, Argonauts put me in a coma yesterday. That's how boring they are.
I thought St. John's has a team up there.
I don't think so. You gotta ask Moss. Moss is in the chat. Moss will be at the game in a couple of weeks, a month from now, when Calgary goes to Regina to play the Saskatchewan Rough Riders, taking his dad to the game, Stampeders Rough Riders, so we can get our ass beat.
Hey, Moss. Does St. John's have? Does that area where St. John's is have a CFL team?
Moss, does a team in do the CFL has a team in Newfoundland? That's what Manzano's asking. All Westerners who migrated to the East Coast are all Argo fans? Yeah. Do they have a team? That's what Tony wants to know.
Lay it on the line.
You and Moss that laid on the line. I
Yep.
don't think they have a team. Manzano, I don't think they have a team. No, there's only 9 teams in the league.
To
You think?
Montreal, they had
Where do
had
you think, as a CFL fan base, where do you think they expand next?
Oh, I don't know. You gotta ask them. You have to ask Moss because I'm not deep into the Canadian Football League, but it's great to watch again. Brought me back a lot of memories. You know. By the way, I ordered my Man U kit. Someone has to support these sorry ass losers, bro. It's embarrassing what's happened to Manchester United. It really is.
Oh, Moss says there's gonna be one in Halifax probably and Nova Scotia.
I think I think like N.H.L. Quebec City should have a CFL team. Yeah, I agree with that.
But Gary Bettman doesn't want another team in Quebec. He
No,
really hates that city.
he's talking about CFL. They should put a team in Quebec City.
Yeah. I think Gary Bettman specifically is going to focus on the Sun Belt, adding more teams in the Sun Belt, more
Yeah,
teams in
you're right.
Texas.
I never thought they would expand more, but they're going to do it. They're going to add 4 more teams. NHL.
I think they're going to try to have another team in Arizona,
Arizona, Houston,
Atlanta,
and who's the fourth team?
Atlanta.
No, I said Atlanta. Atlanta, Houston, and Arizona are definitely going to get teams.
in Mississippi.
Oklahoma.
Halifax is the city, Nova Scotia. The province is Manzano. That's where Brad Marchand is from. Houston
Oh,
should have a team.
It's a good team in Mississippi.
I honestly, I'm gonna think maybe a team in San Diego.
Nah. They got teams in Southern California. They got the Kings and the Ducks.
How about Sacramento?
No, they got the who they got up there? They got the
It,
Sharks. The Sharks do well up there.
Who won in Arkansas?
Nah, Jerry Jones
I was
never
gonna say
let.
Oklahoma City, maybe.
maybe, but I think the place they like, and this is going to surprise everybody, they love Cincinnati, the NHL. They do. They
Well,
like
Mississippi.
Cincinnati.
I heard another place they love and want to try to put a team in. Fargo, North Dakota.
That will never happen. Not too many
That's
people,
too cold.
and not too many people. No corporate sponsors in North Dakota. San
Yeah,
Jose
but
is more.
and Minnesota, the Wild dominates that area. I think that
Yep, they sure
most
do.
of their
Them and
fan
Winnipeg
bases,
Jets. Them in Winnipeg.
yeah, the Dakotas are dominated by Winnipeg and the Wild, and I think the Wild go into Montana, Wyoming, and Idaho.
Yeah, you're right. And what you call it too, the Avalanche.
Yeah,
Well, put one in
yeah.
Orlando.
Would a
Who?
team work in Cleveland, Mace?
Yeah, I don't know. It should, but I don't know. What you said, 305?
Well, put one in Orlando.
Now, you know damn
So,
well the Lightning and the way things are going right now for the Panthers, they ain't letting nobody cut into their money.
Yeah. I have a
Oh,
team. I was talking to Moss about this. How about a team? How about bringing back the Hartford Whalers, Mace?
they were always in between the New York and Boston. They're more closer to Boston than they are here where I live. They have the arena, so they don't need an arena.
But because of Boston dominating that area,
Yeah, and by the way, you brought me back some memories. The Hartford Whalers had the best pro shop I've ever been in. They do all the jerseys for all the teams in every sport back in the day. We're talking 30 years ago, folks.
would they allow a team in Kansas City, Mace?
They're one of the teams because the Sprint Arena is always empty. It's only open for college basketball, and they can make a killing in Kansas City. NHL, never.
how about not Memphis?
No, never, never.
well,
Cincinnati,
bro.
Cincinnati or Kansas City is going to get the fourth team. You know
I
what's
was gonna
going to be
say
on the.
having a team. How about a team in Durham?
Nah, they'll never do that. They got the Panthers. They're there already. I mean, not the Panthers. The Hurricanes are in Raleigh Dorm. They're there already.
Oh, how about a team in Charlotte? My mistake.
No, that doesn't make sense. You already got Carolina. They sell out every game. They're the only NHL team that tailgates before every home game.
Uh,
And they're
does it
very
make
close.
sense to have a team in Rochester, New York?
No, you got the Sabres. But then again, the way the Sabres been the last 15 years, you should put one there.
So,
Damn.
yeah, the Sabres have been horrendous. I don't know what's wrong with that franchise.
Oh man.
I don't think the owners of that like the uh I think the I
They
don't think
care more
the
about the Bills.
who's
That's their problem.
huh?
They care more about the Bills. Speak of the Bills, you know, if you don't
Buffalo
follow,
Bills.
they're gonna have their new stadium open next September. A $6 billion stadium in Orchard Park, which doesn't make sense to me. But the governor of this state loves the Bills, so. And the one thing I do like about her, she does not recognize. Like I used to say in here all the time. This is for you, Mr. Miami. This is what the governor says. I do not want to hear about the two teams that play in Jersey. They do not exist. Repeat. There's only one team in New York, and that's the Bills. The other two do not exist.
Oh wow,
Damn.
Who has the better quarterback?
the Bills.
Enough said. But back to
No,
This
the
is
no.
this is
And,
an honest question, mate, because these cities are fast growing and they have a ton of corporate sponsors. How about San Antonio and Austin?
I think Houston will get it. I don't think the Stars are going to let San Antonio or Austin go into their territory. Dallas Stars are big in Texas. Even Raven Knight follows them.
the two teams in New Jersey, they got chips.
You think my governor cares?
So the Kings dominate Southern California and Anaheim. The Ducks dominate Northern California, Mace.
No, the Sharks. The Ducks are with the Kings. They ain't that far.
Wait, I've always assumed like Golden State that
Pass.
the Bay Area was considered part of Northern California.
It is Northern California.
That's right, Tom Brady. Sit back on the bench.
Could Portland work?
Yes, the Winter Hawks have been a great franchise for over 45 years. It can work.
That's a question. Do you think they would actually try to promote a team like the Winterhawks?
I don't know. I think Portland as a city, or I should say as a small town, because it is a town, they want a baseball team more than they do a hockey team.
No.
I mean, their soccer team does very well, the Timbers. I mean, it's not like the goddamn Sounders up in Seattle where they're number one in the city, which is a joke. What? Those stupid ass soccer scarves that they wear.
The crap.
For me, when you said that, I'm kind of surprised because you know who I thought was going to be the top team in that city because they have probably have the most championships. The team that Sue Bird used to play for.
I'll do it in order, okay? This is how they think up there. Number one is the Sounders. No ifs and buts about it. Number two is the Washington Huskies. The Husky sports is big up there. They just love the Huskies up there. The women's softball team, the football
Even when the
team.
teams are bad?
Yeah, they don't care. They love them. You gotta remember, a lot of the people up there, they went to Washington, so they're loyal to their alma mater up there. They really are. Number three is the Mariners. Number four is the Hawks. But this is the thing about the Seahawks. The corporate people, which is Microsoft, those people, they don't like the team. They don't care for the team. They like the Sounders. They're snobs. And I was telling this to Mr. Miami. The Seahawk fan base is basically blue collar lumberjack workers, civil workers, and they come from all over the Pacific Northwest. They come from Portland, they come from Boise, Idaho, Montana, Calgary, Vancouver, Alaska. That's where their big fan base is. People make it a weekend out there. And that's their fan base. It's all the Pacific Northwest is their fan base, Seahawks. They just love the Hawks.
Do the Seahawks actually bleed into Northern California?
No,
Also?
no.
Oh, because of the 49ers?
And Raiders. Yep. It starts once you get to, I'm gonna say Salem, Oregon, and what's that other place?
Corvallis?
Corvallis. Yes, Portland. That's their team, Seahawks.
Does Washington State have a loyal fan base?
Yeah, Eastern Washington, they doing Walla Walla. They do.
Walla.
Wow.
That's the home of Drew Bledsoe. Yeah, Walla Walla. Yeah.
Wait, what is a superstar? There's a guy who they always talk about that's the best player not Adley Rushman. It was a guy before him that played in Washington State. He played shortstop or something like that up there. He was an infielder.
I know what you're talking about, but to me, the best player ever from out there, Jacoby Ellsbury, definitely. I was living out there when Jacoby Ellsbury was coming up.
Oh, he's out of the Pacific Northwest. I didn't know that.
Yeah, they got a great baseball team in Oregon, especially Oregon State. They made the regional. They love their baseball out there.
Yeah.
And Moss says I'm right. I appreciate that, Moss. He says I'm right about what I was just saying.
Oregon Little House on Prairie.
What's up, Vamos?
Oh, what I was gonna ask, Mace, where where is the team for the WNBA ranked in Washington?
First of all, I was told by my people out there that Sue Bird will get a statue as the greatest superstar to ever play in Seattle. And you can't argue it with all from rings.
Over Russell, who brought them 2 Super Bowls.
Russell Wilson, by the way, just to let you know, who's the safety from South Carolina with the funny name that starts with an M? I was telling this to Moss the other night. Everybody wanted him. The Dolphins liked him a lot. He's a big
Uh,
safety.
oh my God.
His last name
Uh,
starts with
s-
M.
uh, s- Nick Imanwari.
There you go. I told you guys this 3, 4 years ago. You thought I was joking. Russell Wilson will never get his number retired in Seattle. They gave that kid Russell Wilson's number.
What they did? Jesus
Yes, they
Christ.
did. Yes. I
Oh,
told you guys that. They will never retire his number up there.
which surprises me. I understand that Gary didn't win championships over there in Washington when he was with the Supersonics, but I would think he would be the first statue they put up.
They love those guys, but Sue Bird won. She won numerous times.
She is she around the same area where like
She's from the same exact town of Christopher Mad Dog Russo, Syosset, Long Island.
oh she's from Long Island?
Yeah, and I think so highly of Sue Bird that I put her definitely top 15 point guards to ever play basketball. That's how great she was.
Isn't Caitlin Clark from that area too?
No, she's from Iowa, Tony. She's from Iowa.
Oh, she's a homegrown kid from Iowa.
Yeah, she's from Iowa. She's from farm country. She's from corn country. That's the corn out there.
I
Fruit
forgot.
of the corn.
There's a point guard, not Sue Bird. I forgot her. Is Tarasi from up there?
No, she's from Sacramento.
My God, there. I can't remember. It's either a point guard or a forward that's from that same area. Not
Shamika Holtz-Claw is from here, and she lost her mind. I don't know how she went cuckoo, but she's cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs.
was Tamika always a little bit off?
No, she was great. Nobody knows what happened to her, but she snapped, bro.
Who I know you don't really watch the WNBA, Mace. Who is the greatest underrated player that nobody really talks about anymore?
Cynthia Cooper.
Wait, I thought Rebecca Lobo was from New York.
No, she's from Boston.
Oh, she's a Boston girl.
Yes.
There was a kid from recently that got drafted that said she modeled her game after Kobe. That's from around that area, like Long
There
Island.
is no woman on this planet who can model their game after Kobe Bryant.
Or they said they tried to model their game after Kobe. Tried.
I don't know about that, but
Is Candace
uh,
Parker from around there?
she's from Chicago, Candace Parker.
Candace. Maya Morris.
I don't know where Maya Moore is from. I think she's from Connecticut.
This is an honest question, Mace. Who do you hate more, Gino or what's his name, Shashevsky,
Wow.
or
Man,
Coach or Calipari?
I like Calipari. He's full of shit, but I do like him. I wouldn't buy a used car from him. Never. When that man talks, I'm looking the other way. I'm like, oh, yeah, whatever, bro.
Oh, I have a better one. The guy that you said that uh he was he used to be the GM of the U.S. basketball team?
Jerry Colangelo?
Yeah. Between those three, who do you hate the most?
I don't hate Colangelo. I just, you know,
You can't stand him, but you don't hate him.
no, I can't. I respect Colangelo a lot.
Sure.
Why
Yeah,
is it that people hate? Why do they hate Jerry so much?
because he's a con man.
So he's Calipari before Calipari.
Yes. All right. Maya Moore, just to let you know, she's from St. Louis.
Okay? Yeah, there's around where you live. It seems like a lot of players come out of the BX, Brooklyn, BX, Manhattan, and like Long Island and stuff like that.
We don't produce basketball players no more, Tony. We've been stopped.
No. What I'm saying, you used to,
They
because
usually
Christ the
come from
King was
Brooklyn.
one of the most dominant. Christ the King was, I think, one of the more dominant basketball programs.
You had at Christ the King back in 1998. You had um, Lamar, Sue Bird, and Shaniqua Holdsclaw at the exact same time.
Oh, they all came out of Christ the King?
Yeah, Christ the King used to be a powerhouse in high school basketball. Oh, found Haiti versus Saudi Arabia match. I am going to go live. Start back. What great about beautiful game, the world's game. Well. You enjoy Moss, a bunch of idiots kicking and hitting the ball off their head. You enjoy that, okay? Enjoy that. I'm just fucking with Moss.
Mace, in New York, for basketball, for
Yeah,
for for you say hockey is more upstate New York when it comes to developing hockey players.
yeah.
Uh, would you say when it came to baseball, was it around the city, like around that area, like going towards
Yeah,
like New
yeah.
Jersey?
On Long Island, yeah. On Long Island, yeah. Back in the day, I mean, Manny Ramirez was 5 minutes from my house in Washington Heights, where I used to live.
What school did he go to?
Damn, what's that school called again? Where Manny Ramirez
Was it
went
a
to?
big baseball powerhouse when he was playing?
Yes, it was.
Was that the school that that
Roger
produced
went
all
to that
those kids? Was that the school that developed all like sent that all those kids from that controversial New York team for the
No,
Little League World
no,
Series?
no, no, no. Danny Amonte's team, no. They're from my area. The Danny Amonte's team, they're from like 5 minutes from my house.
Oh, wow, they are.
Yeah. The Nick Lugo's team, yeah, I knew his nephew very well. We grew up together. Me and Nick
Did they
Lugo.
ever prove that Danny? Did Danny admit that he lied about his age?
Yeah. I predict Saudis, I guess, but close thinking. Yeah. Danny Amonte is around, by the way. It's not like he disappeared. He's around. He hangs out here, you know. A number one, like Melina said,
Is
what's
that
up,
why
G?
they made after that incident?
What's up, Sister Malena?
Did they actually make the age restrictions a lot stricter for the Little League World Series, Mace?
Yes, they did, Tony. Exactly. Tony
Con-
Manziel right now is close to being in ecstasy. It would be the first dynasty in South Florida since the 70 to 75 Dolphins. That's what the Florida Panthers are staring in the face Tuesday night.
What's up, Kane?
Honestly, and I kind of hope eventually. I'm being patient. I understand why Canes is upset with them, but I'm being patient with what the Marlins are going to be doing, because you say it's actually easier to develop. Like, you can actually trade elite pitching for great hitters, right, Mace? It's
Of
easier
course,
to develop pitching than it is hitting.
much easier, and it's cheaper too. Much cheaper.
No, vamos.
So Molina is getting ready to watch Saudi Arabia. I'm pretty sure Ramos will be there.
Yeah.
305 will be there. I don't know if Tony's gonna go watch that. So
no.
you're
No.
more athletic.
Saudi Arabia.
That's what Moss is doing right now live. He just started.
So ain't having nobody tonight.
Yeah.
See, I ain't got no team in soccer.
Is the coach the coach that is the coach that was known to produce a lot of hockey players? I think it was out of either Boston, BU, or Colorado, University of Colorado, or something like that. The team out the great college team out of Colorado.
Yeah, the Colorado team. Yeah, the University of Denver. That's what it
Is the guy who the coach that is that Hall of Fame coach for college hockey, the Boston coach or the University of Denver coach, or is he more the like around the Minnesota area?
Minnesota area, North Dakota.
What's the guy's name? Dang it!
I forgot. You know me, I don't follow that, man.
I thought you like watching the Frozen Four, miss.
When Goudreau was there, God bless his soul.
Honestly, I feel bad. Like that kid had so much potential.
Hey, Johnny was doing it, baby. You know what I mean?
Was
Yeah.
his brother Barkley good too?
Who, Johnny's brother, Matthew? Not really, but
I
you
thought
said
Barkley's related to them too.
related to Goudreau?
Barkley Goudreau. I thought he was. I thought that's like I thought.
You thought what?
No, I thought Barkley Goudreau, unless his name is spelled different, last name is spelled differently.
No, unfortunately, the Goudreau family is 3-2 and 3-2 in the newborn couple months ago. So shout out to Meredith Goudreau, the widow of Johnny, and Matthew's widow, and of course the family who I love so much, Guy and Catherine Goudreau, the parents. God bless them. I'm
Was
not
he
no.
a hockey player in the NHL?
No, he was a hockey coach, developer, and I feel horrible for them today, and what a rough
And
fall.
it's been I think 4 years or 5 years since that bus accident too, miss, right?
Yeah, you gotta talk to Moss about that. That's near his hometown when that tragedy happened. Yeah, yeah, with the bus.
Did they blame? I can't remember. Did they end up blaming the driver for that?
I don't know. Moss would know, because that's close to home for him. That's near where he lives out in
Moss.
Saskatchewan. He's gone.
Moss.
He's doing a live. He's doing a live stream right now. He's doing Saudi Arabia against somebody.
Yeah, I don't know why. Really,
I don't
Jesus
know.
Christ. I don't
I don't,
understand that.
I don't understand it either, man. Well, I'm gonna end the night with this. I'm gonna go back to the Florida Panthers. I'll be on tomorrow, folks. 8:15 Eastern, Game 5 of the critical NBA Finals. I guess 305 will join me tomorrow night since
Canadians.
there's no what's that damn wrestling called? There's no Raw for him tomorrow night.
WWE.
Yeah, he can join.
Or AEW.
See, I ain't got Netflix.
Mr.
I'll see you.
Manning will
I'll see
be.
you. I'll see you tomorrow, mate. Have a good night.
Yeah, you got it. I'll be here 8:15. Have a good night, Tony.
Oh, Mace,
Thanks
before
for
you go,
that.
how good was Maxim Afenagov?
Pretty damn good player. What made you bring him up?
I was watching highlights of him recently, and I did like. I think his career. Who was he known for most of his career? What team did he play for most of his career?
I forgot. It's been so long. I'll look it up. Let you know tomorrow night.
Yeah. No, the reason why I brought up that was a guy that was underrated. Nobody really talked about him because other guys outshined him. Like he was a great score. Like he was a great player, but
Pass interference.
Moss
you
will
never.
know. Moss will know.
But you know who I'm talking about, though.
Yeah, I know you're talking about. Yeah.
Thanks for having me on. Nice. Have a good night.
Family, have a good week. You're the
All right,
best.
brother.
Tony, everybody. Everybody go to Moss. Mr. Miami's going to be over there after I finish with him and for a couple of minutes. Then I'm going to bed because I'm going to call the game tomorrow night. So I need my energy. These NBA finals have been awesome. Moss is doing the Stanley Cup. That has been phenomenal. And the other reason
That's tonight.
hockey's Tuesday. Moss is doing soccer right now. Doing Saudi Arabia. God damn. Fucking Moss.
See, I respect hockey. I respect soccer. I can't. I don't want to like. I'm gonna leave it alone. See, I'm gonna leave it alone.
Well, let me end this with you. First of all, how was your Sunday? How was the barbecue yesterday?
Today was pretty good today. So everything today was a good day today. God is good. Staying humble, staying blessed.
There you go. I feel the same way, man. And
And
I'm just glad you're right.
chasing this paper and stay away from the haters.
There you go. NFL
Working for
thumbnails.
and work
NFL
with
thumb-
chaos agents.
There you go. NFL thumbnails for me doing games this year are going to be up this week. Just give you a heads up. Week 1 we'll have Atlanta and Tampa Bay, and the late game will be San Francisco at Seattle. Week 2 we'll have the Dolphins. Week 2 and 3, their home opener against New England. And we'll do the Dolphins and the Bills. Week 3 in Orchard Park, in Buffalo, and we'll have Jordan Love against Jaden Daniels. Week 2, Washington at Lambeau, Thursday night football. So those are the first couple of games you'll get up here.
In my hit list, my hit list is it's gonna be in effect in the fall.
And we'll
We're
have
coming
Dolphins
back,
Jets.
huh?
We'll have Dolphin Jets week 4. So I'm giving you Dolphin fans up here 3 straight Dolphin games, 2, 3, and 4. Go ahead, 305.
And there's gonna be some quarterbacks about to be on my list. So watch out.
Is one of them playing in Green Bay?
He coming. He gonna be on the list next year. Patrick Mahomes got to be on. Definitely got to be on that list. What are them? What are them? One of your banners. One of your banners. You're gonna be. It's gonna go to the shredder. Buffalo.
Hey, I don't like the Bills, bro. First of all.
So the Buffalo Bills, folks, I gotta look at every week, 24 hours a day, and
Hey, hold on, back up. They were good. They've been good. The problem is, the reason why I don't take them seriously, you're not going to win with that coach. That coach, look, folks, nothing against Buffalo, but your coach sucks ass. He can design a defense. I don't have issues with that, but he is something about McDermott that turns me off, man. Just does, bro. And Buffalo fans agree with me, by the way. They agree with me about McDermott, bro. There's something about him, bro. But we'll do a lot of football in August as we get ready for September the 7th. I can tell you one thing, folks. Yeah, go ahead, Phil. Go ahead.
And July, I say two more weeks of basketball. Thank you, God. Thank you.
Mr. Miami. Mr. Miami.
Yeah, I'm right here.
By the end of this week, the NBA is done in here.
Thank you,
One
God.
more.
Thank
I only did the finals this year. Well, it wasn't like I did basketball. Yeah, I didn't do basketball at all. I did because I know how much it sucks. But this finals has been fantastic, and I love it. It brought me back to my childhood watching NBA the way it was in the 70s, 80s, and 90s.
you.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Well, anyway, I'm out of here. I want to thank everybody for
I'm
coming
about to go
through.
in and go to Moss Channel.
Yeah, you go watch that Saudi Arabia. Let me know what's going on. I'll be free.
I don't do Saudi Arabia around.
Barros, Manzano, the Sasky Guna, Miss Molina, my man Iman Perry, and of course this great man right here, 305. We will see you tomorrow night. Pre-game show, Daniel Berry, People in the Clouds. Thank you for the couple of cash apps I received. We will see you all tomorrow night, 8:15 Eastern Time, Game 5, pivotal. I like the Pacers tomorrow. I jumped on the 9.5 points as underdog over the 225. Love the Pacers tomorrow night. We'll see you tomorrow night, everybody. Good night from the Oasis. Thank you for being here.
Or something like that. Okay, I
You
got
right.
the lyrics.